Hey, want to see my Ween poster? Did you think I was going to say the other thing and you didn't scroll? All right. Well, this is a treasure of mine. I want to take you back to a time. This is a Ween Fillmore poster from August 2021. They did 2 nights, 20th and 29th. I believe it was like a Tuesday, Wednesday. I got into Ween about 94. I worked with a guy from Pennsylvania who was way into Ween. He gave me a copy of Chocolate and Cheese when that came out, plus all the other stuff, and I started to dive in deep with that and became obsessed. Went down, like, the internet was at its infancy, and you'd scour the internet for any shred of Ween morsels, and in doing that, you found that there were other people out there that were the same way. You found that Ween fans were insane and obsessed, and there were no casual Ween fans. These people are my people that get obsessed with shit. I had a girlfriend at the time. Like I said, there's no casual fans. She did not care for Ween at all. And you know what Crosby, Stills and Nash, their song goes, if you can't Ween with the one you love the one you Ween. That's how that went. My current wife, for the time being, she got on board. We got together right as I was going on tour to see like a West Coast show in 1999 with my brother. We did Vancouver and Seattle and San Francisco and Vegas, LA. So she knew about my Ween obsession from the get-go. We're still together all these years later. I don't know if my Ween fandom is for the better or for the worst part, but anyway, here we are still. So here, this is 2021, and in scouring the corners of the internet back in those days, you found other like-minded people that were into Ween. And those of us in the San Francisco Bay Area, we all started meeting up together, and we played wiffle ball on Sunday mornings, and just kind of hang out. It was cheap beer was encouraged. Don't bring your heady IPA shit. It was kind of like a hangover, landing sort of thing. We'd make up total terrible and inappropriate team names and play wiffle ball on Sunday afternoons in Golden Gate Park. It was a great time. Well, when Ween was coming to the Fillmore for 2 nights, we had to make a thing of it. So we planned to play wiffle ball the day between the 2 shows. I got a hold of Diener to see if he wanted to play, because those guys are so accessible. He was all on board, like, hey, yeah, I have a pitch that you guys can't hit. So if that works out, if we can make it work out, we'll do that. So I was working for the Fillmore. I worked the first night, and all the gang came. Our little group of friends came, and had a great show. And since I was working, I can let them hang out after the show. And after the show, since the stage crew didn't have to break down the stage, it was 2 nights, they put up this basketball hoop on the floor of the Fillmore and had a basketball game go on. And Diener came and played as well as some of my friends that I let hang out. So that was a real fun night. Dean Ween playing basketball with the stage crew and some of the Ween heads, if you call that. And then Dean Ween's tour diaries. He's writing these tour diaries that were really funny on the website. And for this show, he said, and it was a long standing tradition that after Fillmore shows, they put up a basketball hoop and the crew plays basketball. It wasn't a long standing tradition. It was just kind of a one-off. They did that a few times back in those days, but I thought that was pretty funny. I talked about wiffle ball for a little bit. He wasn't sure if he was going to be able to make that happen. Those guys were, partying pretty hard. So was the audience. It was the audience and the band connection in terms of raging was quite prominent in those days. Anyway, the next day, we have a lovely day. We all get together. We play wiffle ball, which is a pre-party. We go pre-party, Ween show, post-party. I'd gotten a hotel room not far from the venue because I lived in the East Bay at the time, and getting to the East Bay after all that would have been a problem. Getting the hotel room was a problem, but that the way we did it then. Man, 2001. I was 30 years old, man. When you're 30 years old and you're raging hard like that, you still think you can rage hard when you're 30. You still think you're in your 20s. You cut in the band as well. In the band and the audience, those days were crazy. A lot of casualties along the way. Gina is sober now, and a lot of us are more sober now, and we're making it to the other side. And everything's still great. Ween is still so great, even with a sober Gina, even with us older guys kind of toned down a little bit. Ween is still, and I still speak them in present tense because I believe they're going to play again. But anyway, that second show was nuts. I listened to it the other day when I was doing yard work along with my neighbors. And when they play Frank, me and my brother used to do this thing because we'd be all fucking stupid. They played Frank, we'd scream, "Play Frank again," because we thought it would be funny if they played Frank again, because that's something that Ween would do. And on this show, you can hear me screaming after they play Frank again, and Gina goes, "You want us to play Frank again? We'll play Frank all night." They didn't play Frank again though, they played the Mollusk, but nobody's sad about that. Anyway, and danger of keeping on rambling, I could ramble all day about Ween. This is a great memory, one of my favorite posters. August of 2021, 20 and 1. And like I said, I speak in the present tense about Ween. They're gonna play again. We've been through these hiatuses before, and when they do, I'll go anywhere in the world that they play, and I'll see them again. So thanks for listening.